Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 3. Last episode we did some exploring, checked out a few places that we could finally reach with the Orb of Thralny, and well, we've pretty much done everything that is available in the demo. Now we're heading on into unexplored territory, or at least territory I don't really know much about. So, let's start with Sharimik, the big city of Carnold, I believe it is. Let's take a look. We've heard Sharimik mentioned to us a couple times, and jeez. Oh, wow. There's a body here, some trash. And from what we've been hearing, it sounds like Sharimik is being sieged by troglodytes. This is gonna be interesting. They are really protected out here. Alright. Well, we'll start on the south side. Leave the horses in the gate. You stride boldly into Sharimik. You are immediately struck by how cold and grim the place is. Huge guards watch the people suspiciously as they pass. The people move quickly by, being careful not to look anyone in the eye. Signs of troglodyte attacks are everywhere. The walls are crumbling under the constant barrage of fireballs and shockwave spells. When you enter, a group of guards immediately surrounds and inspects you. They seem prepared to throw you out, if not attack you outright. As you size each other up, a lieutenant quickly runs up and whispers something to them. Whatever was said, it was in your favor. Grumbling, the guards slouch away. One of them mumbles, "Welcome to Sharimik. Watch yourself." The townspeople give you quick, furtive glances as they pass and then move on. Welcome to Sharimik, a city which has clearly had a very hard time of it. Oh boy. Oh. This is pretty much what they're protecting. A book? What does this one say? The lands of the Empire. The Empire, blessed power over us all, controls the 4 known continents. Izo, the oldest, is the birthplace of the Empire, although the ruling seat is now on the continent of Pralgad. Vantanas is the smallest continent, but in many ways the richest, with its hot climate, fascinating fauna, and rich stores of gold and diamonds. And finally, there is recently settled Valorum, which has a wild, though controlled, spirit. Interesting. I don't think we're going to see any of these other continents, but it's nice seeing a bit of world building about this place. Okay. Well, this is the southeast corner here. City Hall!
Hey, how you doing?
Shut up. Well, let's go take a look at City Hall here. Internal Affairs Supervisor Levin, Office of the Mayor. Let's speak with Levin here. The man behind this desk looks eerily spider-like. He sizes you up with beady eyes. I'm Internal Affairs Supervisor Levin. Impressive job title. What does it mean? He grins and twitches slightly. Many tasks fall to me. I maintain loyalty. I am the chief jobs dispatcher. I am map-making coordinator, and I assist Man Knight whenever possible. Exactly how do you maintain loyalty? His mouth twitches in disapproval. I'm sorry you are not allowed to know about that, but I'm sure you can come up with a few guesses. Okay then. Do you have any jobs for us? Deliver rare and pleasant oils to Lumok, the innkeeper in the city of Moon. Slay an Urzag and take its body to Mickey, an innkeeper in Shader. Deliver rare and pleasant oils to Mayor Arbuckle and Chryssand. We don't need to do anything there. Map-making coordinator. Sounds useful. He gives you a thin-lipped smile. I tell official Empire-sanctioned map-makers in the area what areas need map-making, and compile the fruits of their labors. Would you like to purchase a map of Carnold Province? Carnold we already have, thank you. And how do you help the mayor? Mayor Knight is a wise and strong-willed man, and I am proud to be at his right hand. By the way, I understand he has been looking for someone to undertake a mission. Well, we'll take him up on that, I'm sure. Sharimik is the center for a very wide range of military operations. It is thus inevitable that large piles of paperwork are generated here. It's all stored in this room where it decays and is eventually forgotten. Let's see. Arcane glow scroll. I don't think we'll steal anything from here. At least not now. The door is covered with very powerful magical runes. Even if you could get it open, you have a strong suspicion that all manner of alarms would sound out. You back away. And here is the mayor. A harsh-looking man watches you dryly from behind his desk. His clothes are very ostentatious, and his mayor's sash is made of thick purple velvet. He wears a gold circlet.
I am Mayor Knight. I control Sharimik. Welcome to my office.
How fares Sharimik? He looks somber.
Well, it's complicated, but at the heart of it I am trying to maintain control.
Why is control so difficult?
Attacks come at us from all sides. The Empire has abandoned us. I guide my people upon the only safe path left for us.
Who is attacking you?
We have foes both outside and inside. The troglodytes come at us from without, and subversive cause rot from within.
What subversives? He looks disturbed.
I'm afraid you're not authorized to have that information. My apologies.
What sort of help were you expecting from the Empire?
The Empire has not sent us guidance, supplies, or reinforcements for months and months. We have to look after ourselves. They have shut us off since the disaster at Tinraya.
Tinraya? What safe path would that be?
Control! The Empire rules our world through control, and we can keep Carnold Province safe through control. Our discipline will help us defeat the Trogglers. In fact, that is why you were allowed to enter Sharimik.
So if we hadn't fought up monsters down south, we would not be here?
Essentially. Word has spread of the Pale Travelers who helped end the plague of monsters to the south. I therefore let you come here in the hope that you could be convinced and undertake a quest for us.
Tell me more about this quest you have in mind.
Recently, a Troglo envoy came to our walls bearing a scroll. The envoy shouted that Vothkaro, the king of the Troglodytes, wished for us to send diplomats to him. It left the scroll and fled. Since then, we have been unable to find anyone skilled and smart enough to deserve the mission, and simultaneously suicidal enough to take it. You will be my envoy. I will reward you. Alas, there is a problem.
What problem is that?
Sharimik is ruled by a triad right now. Empire rules bind us still. Before you can go on a mission for us, you need to get approval from Garrison Commander Corey and Internal Affairs Supervisor Levin. Go ask them about this mission. Convince them to allow you to undertake it, and I will assist you.
Where is Commander Corey?
She is in the barracks at the north end of the city.
And where is Supervisor Levin?
A superb gentleman, my right-hand man. He's just next door.
Mayor Knight frowns. The way he looks at you, you suspect that he knows you're from Avernum. He's still willing to deal with you, though.
What else do you need, outsiders? I have a whole city to control.
We are looking for employment.
Excuse me. The problem remains. You have not received permission from Internal Affairs. Speak with Levin. No required permission, no troglodyte scroll, and no reward.
What's my reward for helping you with the troglodytes?
Wealth, of course. Cash consideration. Plus we have some magical knowledge, which I think you will greatly appreciate. But only if you help us.
What does the scroll say?
The scroll grants free passage into Castle Troglo to the Barrow. When you get the required permission and accept the mission, I will give you the scroll.
Okay then. Why was I allowed into Sharimik?
We both know that you are, well, unusual. We know you are from elsewhere. But these are strange times. We were not able to deal with the troglodytes, but we thought you might.
You say you control Sharimik. It's an odd word to use.
If you saw how much disloyalty I had to deal with, how much fear, how close my people are to panic, you would use that word too. Every day it seems like someone else is being disloyal, and disloyalty must be dealt with harshly. We have no room for rebellion now, what with the trogglers at the gates.
It might be reasonable, but only when you act with justice.
Justice? I am in charge here. I am justice. You would be wise to remember that. You are here because I gave permission, and for no other reason.
Well, here's the Internal Affairs Officer. Let's see what we can get from him. We need your permission to go on Mayor Knight's quest. So you want permission to go on a So you want permission to go on a mission, eh? Well, it's no problem. However, there's a lot of paperwork that I'll need to fill out first. And there's a filing fee for those papers. Give me 1,000 coins and I'll give you permission. When you have the money, I'll be ready to help you. We are willing to risk our lives to help your town. You would better help us. He looks at you closer. Then he starts to get nervous. He recognizes you. Word of you and your deeds has been getting around. Well, in this very limited case, I can make an exception. He fills out a slip of paper and gives it to an assistant to take to Mayor Knight. You have my permission. Excellent. That just leaves the commander. We'll find him eventually. Actually, before we go over there, looks like there's a... Hello! A mage stumbles into you. It's obviously been quite some time since he last slept.
Sorry. I'm Sean.
Why are you so tired? He stares off into space for a minute or so while trying to formulate an answer. Finally, he says,
Must maintain the barriers.
Why do you have to maintain the barriers?
Strugglers keep knocking down walls. We make magic barriers to plug holes. They dispel barriers. Big pain, those dispel spells.
Do you know anything about how to dispel barriers? He teeters a bit.
Dispel barriers is rare and powerful spell. Anyone knowing it can mess up our defenses. Big secret. You want to learn it?
Sure.
Well, forget it. We have a book which contains it, but Mayor Knight won't let just anyone see.
He almost falls over right in front of you.
Bye. Going to bed if I can.
Aha! So, in order to learn to dispel barriers, we're going to need to solve the troglodyte problem. It looks like there's a hidden location somewhere in here. I don't know how to get in. Could I be wrong? I'm checking every spot here. You have entered the Sharimik treasury. You have little doubt that serious traps lie ahead. Okay then, we'll leave that be. Right, explore around this side. Shut up. Okay. Ah! Okay, this must be where the commander is, somewhere in here. Sharimik garrison. Yeah, most likely. Probably in here. Somewhere. Ah! There he is. The garrison commander of Sharimik watches you skeptically. She seems unwilling to give you some of her valuable time, but she is resigned to it. Commander Corey. What are your responsibilities?
I run the Sharimik garrison, outsider. Quite a job. I also help Mayor Knight as best I can.
Are a lot of troops stationed here?
Sharimik has been for some time the main military depot for southern Valorum. I'm in charge of looking after it. Quite the responsibility.
How do you help Mayor Knight?
He is in charge of anything in Sharimik that isn't military. A competent administrator, although I am concerned about his inability to get anyone to go on this mission he's been talking about.
What mission?
I can't believe Mayor Knight wants to give you this mission. You want permission, prove your worth. The Troglodytes have an enormous altar in the hills east of Angel's Rest. It blesses them, makes them much nastier in a fight. Find and destroy it, and my permission is yours. The problem is that it's sure to be magical. You may need to perform the ritual of sanctification.
Where can I get the ritual of sanctification?
All that holy mumbo-jumbo is beyond me. I haven't the foggiest idea of how to destroy an evil altar. I'll tell you who might, though. Talk to Nydia. She's in Southport. Tell her my name. She served with me once. If she knows anything about how to destroy the Troglodyte altar, she'll tell you. And that's the last help you'll get from me.
Southport. Keep that in mind. Do you know anything about this Troglodyte altar?
It's up a long valley in the mountains east of Angel's Rest. Troglodytes use altars to magically energize themselves. They're big, magically charged things, and destroying one of them would be a great victory.
Commander Corey stares at you. Every moment of her life you absorb is a clear source of resentment. The guards didn't want to allow entry into the city. Why?
It's delicate to talk about. Your pale complexion is worrying. But Mayor Knight thinks he can help us. I think he might know something I don't. Or more likely, he's a fool. We'll see.
Alright. An enormous altar east of... Oh, damn it. Where is it? An enormous altar east of Angel's Rest. And there's someone in Softport, was it? Softport, over by Laura Lay. So we're going to head to visit Midori Province. Oh, interesting. I think we can reach Softport from Fenris Port. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we'll keep that in mind then. We need to get to Softport. Otherwise we can't destroy the altar. Shrine of Happy Thoughts. Huh. There is a serene-looking woman standing before the altar. She's thinking peaceful thoughts. You interrupt them. Oh, hello. I am Mother Ellen. Greetings. You seem very peaceful. Oh, yes. I am the priestess of the Shrine of Happy Thoughts. May I provide assistance? How did you come to be a priestess of the Shrine of Happy Thoughts? She looks slightly embarrassed. Well, I wanted to start a faith to guide people and make their lives better. Unfortunately, I couldn't come up with good guiding principles, so I improvised. What principle did you end up choosing? I made the Shrine of Happy Thoughts based on the principle that, well, things would be a lot better if people were kind and just tried to be nice to each other for a change. Of course, it hasn't been popular at all, but you can't blame me for trying. It's a pity that such a religion, which is just be kind and, yeah, be kind and be nice to each other. It's sad that it's not popular. A pity. That depends. What sort of assistance can you provide us? I can teach a variety of spells. Also, I am a skilled healer. Pre-spells! Radiant Shield and Return Life. Yes, please. We'll leave Return... take Return Life, too. And we have Radiant Shield, which is powerful. Protects from magic. Very useful. Ginny's Rations. It's right here. We'll take a look. You meet a pretty young woman busily chopping garlic. The counter is covered with delicious-looking food. I'm Ginny. Welcome to my shop. Your food smells delicious. She indicates the counter in front of you. Yes, and doesn't all this look good as well? It all can be yours. I have all sorts of food for sale. It's nice to have customers. It's been lonely lately. Why haven't you had many customers lately? With all the monsters about, the merchants I always talk to don't come through much anymore. I talk to the townspeople, but some of them are, well, ungrateful. One of them in particular. Who was ungrateful? I was really interested in Sloane, one of the archers in town. I gave him a ring for luck while finding the trogglers. It was a family heirloom. He lost it. Can you believe it? I really wish someone would recover my beautiful ring from that oaf. Keep an eye out for this archer. Ooh. This was once an armory before several fireballs lobbed over the wall blew it to bits. The anvil and fire pit still remain, and bits of metal are scattered throughout. Oh, that sucks. The man behind the counter is not your ordinary muscle-bound blacksmith. In fact, he's a rather bland-looking mage. He's holding a steel broadsword and examining it with a practiced eye. The man looks up to you. Welcome, I am known as Grove. Is this a blacksmith shop? Well, yes. I have a variety of high-quality weapons available. You can sell me your excess goods if you wish, but my customers most value me for my magical skills. What sort of magical skills? I believe that one day all blacksmithing will not be done with crude bashing by hammers, but with spells. Magic is a very versatile and beneficial tool, no matter what the Anamas say. In fact, for a fee, my marvelous pad can augment your weapons. It's quite an invention, though its use is very draining. You can imbue your items with magical properties. Interesting, yes? How can you improve my items? What do you do? Well, you place something you wear or wield on the pad. He points to the pad in the corner. You pull the lever, and poof. Sadly, the effects are currently, well, unpredictable. But always good. What do you think of the Inama? I don't speak of them any more than I have to. We don't need our weapons augmented, but can we do some trading? Got some pretty decent stuff here. But nothing we need. Still, interesting stuff.